Hello friends, welcome back to Knights and Dragons, my Minecraft channel, where I explore all kinds of fantastical mods and add-ons for Minecraft. Today, as you might be able to tell, we are trying Bedrock Edition. I've been playing Bedrock Edition for a few months now, because some of my friends like it, and it's a way that we might be able to play together in the future. So I'm trying out some of the mods that I think would be fun for us to play together that are similar to the mods that I've been messing around with the Knights and Dragons 1.19.2 pack. I am going to go to Resource Packs, go to Available, Owned, and I'm going to turn on a bunch of these, and I'll show you what they do in-game. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of the minions that you can use to do different jobs. They automate a lot of the basic jobs like tree cutting and crop harvesting. They can even be used to help defend your base. So first you put down a hay bale, then you put a pumpkin on top. I think it can be any kind of pumpkin. Yep, there you go. And here's these cute little guys. They'll follow you around if you have this, or if you don't have it in your hand, they kind of just follow you, but a little bit more slowly. And you can put these guys to work if you give them a job, and you can make these, they're kind of cute, they make these noises. Hi there. You can give them a satchel, and that will equip them for doing their jobs. So that one's a warrior, and that one's an archer. Now, in addition to these guys, of course, you can make another kind of golem. It's exactly the same, but it's green, and he will respond to the green rod. You see the others are, well, they're all still following me around. I can give him, say, the collection job, and now his job will be to collect any random stuff that falls on the ground. So if I throw this on the ground, there he goes and he picks it up. And what you can do is set a rally point for him so that he will run back whenever he's done doing his job in an area. He'll run back to that spot and stand there. You can position that rally point on top of a hopper, which will empty his inventory and allow you to put his collected items into storage. Now the problem is that these little guys can be bitten by zombies, and if that happens, they will turn into these little hostile zombie versions, and they will fight to the death if that happens. The next little guy I'd like to show you is this mining bot. This one is the lumber bot. There are a number of little bots that you can make. They're similar in price to the minions we just looked at earlier. They're much faster, and they're much more convenient because they can dump items directly into an inventory instead of having the go-between of a collector minion. And they chop down trees a lot faster, for one thing. The downside is that they are more expensive. They require redstone, whereas the other ones only require the iron to make their tool and a hopper. Now, by default, the little minions that we looked at before require 4 iron tools, which makes them vastly more expensive, but considering the inherent risk of them being zombified, I've modified the recipe for my game. It only requires 1 iron tool for the little minions. Now, if we open this little robot's inventory, you can see it doesn't actually open an inventory, it opens a menu, and we can set his area. And now what I do is I will break a block, break another block over here. That's 2, and you can see it says tree area set, size 156 blocks. And now if we right click on him and say link chest, he doesn't have a chest yet, so let's get him a chest. We open the chest, and now we see the chest is linked. So now all we have to do is start bot. He will scan the area, and you see how fast he moves, and he will chop down trees. He chops them down a whole tree at a time and replants them. Boy, is he fast. Look at that. Now you might be wondering why in the world I built this strange rock formation up in the sky with a chest on it, but the truth is that this is part of the new Dragons mod. You can see that there's an egg in the nest. This is a moonlight dragon nest, as opposed to several other types. It's floating in the sky, similar to the Aether dragon nest. And in it there will be 1 egg, which you can either pick up by mining it. I'm in creative, so that won't work. Or you can simply try to hatch it where it is. They take a long time to hatch, but once they have hatched, they can be saddled, they can be tamed with fish, saddled, ridden, they make incredible mounts. I've played with a lot of different dragon mount mods. It doesn't feel overpowered because you have to wait so long to get the dragons. And each time one comes online and you can finally ride it around, the sounds they make, the stuff they do, it's really cool. Now, I haven't been able to figure out, this is the Aether Dragon Nest, I haven't been able to figure out how to get the dragons to fight, but according to the mod, there are staves that you can make that will direct them to fire their breath weapon in a specific, at a specific target. This is another dragon, and this is not a kind that I have yet encountered in my survival game. Look at the colors, though. Isn't that great? This thing is really incredible. They have different scale patterns and coloration for males and females in most of the species. There are, I think, 14 different species added by this mod. Look at that. You jump in the air, and you just point your mouse where you want to go, or joystick, I guess. Gliding sound, and that is just awesome. I love flying. You know how much I love flying around as a dragon. So this is, I think, as close as I'm going to get to replacing the dragon survival mod. These dragons are totally accessible right from the beginning of the game. There are nests on the ground too that you don't have to climb up in the air to get. Some of them are out in the water, so they're easier to see. I recommend starting with a water dragon, and once you get a dragon that can fly, the others become much more accessible. The mod is incredible. It's really seamless. I love it. Okay, so we've got chiseled deep slate, and a barrel. Now, what do all these things have in common? Well, they're all about to get pumpkins, and pumpkins, as you can see, oops, do nothing. However, a carved pumpkin will turn these guys into golems from the Golems and Dolls mod, which honestly has nothing to do with dolls, it's just golems. Don't know why they named it that. But if you can slap a pumpkin, carved pumpkin specifically, on top of these guys, they become golems that are neutral mobs. They are not your friends, just like in villages. The golems that spawn in villages are neutral. They will defend themselves if you attack them. They do not consider you their master unless you tame them using a specific amulet. Now, you just maybe witnessed over there was a creeper, and this golem just murdered him. So these golems, unlike the iron golems, they are not afraid to get their hands dirty. I'll see if we can replicate that. Drop it down. And he just took that creeper out in 2 hits. They do a whopping amount of damage. And let's see what happens if we expose him to the lower tier basket head over there. Oop, there's a shot. The creeper doesn't seem to react. I wonder if the creeper is not in aggro range. Let's put him a little closer and see what happens. Oh, maybe creepers do not target them. I'm not sure what's going on here, but... Oh, see, the zombie goes for him. I forgot to mention that the dragons have their own kind of shears, and you can use the scales to create armor that provides status buffs when you get a full set of it. So this is fire dragon armor, and it provides fire resistance if I wear a full set. Okay, we've got a little farm plot here, and I'm going to show you the last mod in the set. This is the Magical Crops mod, which allows you to take any resource and turn it into a farm crop. I don't know how this will work with the minion mods that we have, if the farmer will recognize these as a crop, if he will transfer the seeds correctly, transfer the crop correctly and keep the seeds, or if he will replant them successfully. I'm not sure any of those things. This is what the essence ore looks like. So if you mine this, and you get enough of it, you go into a crafting table, and you take some wheat seeds, and you surround it with essence. And you end up with these essence seeds. You grow essence seeds to produce more essence, and so that means you don't have to keep mining. You can go get enough of it from the world, and then start your first seed. You just need 8 of it to get your first seed. They take a long time to grow, but once you've got one, you then save it up, you grow 8 of them, you can start your second seed. Or you can speed up the process by just mining a whole bunch. If you mine a whole bunch of this stuff, you can then take the essence seed and combine it with, oh, let's say an iron ingot. If we surround the iron ingot with these seeds, of which we need 8, and remember each seed takes 8 essence, meaning you need 64 essence to produce one of these, but this is an iron seed, a renewable source of iron. Better still, I can make gold seeds. The cow is doubtful, but the proof is right there. Or even diamond seeds. So you can't tell, but these are actually diamond seeds. And they'll grow up into diamonds, and we can harvest them when they're done. So they're a renewable source of diamonds, which I like, especially for multiplayer games, because it can be kind of annoying to, once you've gotten to a certain level of harvesting diamonds, it can be kind of annoying to have to keep going out to get non-renewable resources, especially if other people are also sort of milking the same area and taking the same stuff. If they get there first, I feel like there's a certain level of competition that happens that I find distasteful. So this game is a way around that. Everyone can get what they want. You can get your diamonds, and you don't have to worry about stripping the world of them and preventing your friends from getting any. Or you don't have to worry about being the last one in the pool and all of the good stuff is gone. You can still sort of grind your way up using this method. And with the fading light, I think that's all for me for today. I have another mod or two that I'd like to get going. Specifically, there was a request for a furniture mod, and I am excited to show you that. Unfortunately, it decided not to work today. So I'm going to look into that and see if I can get it working again. Surprisingly, furniture mods are prickly and really tricky to get to work. So I'll do my best, and yeah, I'll see you all next time. Bye!